I've been counting down the days, the weeks, the moments that I rise back into the ring.
I'm a dangerous fighter. I possess a lot of skills in the ring. I think he made a mistake if he's looking at me as a tune-up fight.
The fact that I've been out for more than 2 years is one of the reasons why Barrios has stepped up to this challenge with confidence. But that form of confidence is a mistake. He was a great champion, but he's never stepped up to this caliber.
I'm looking to solidify my mark in the welterweight division.
He has not seen this speed. He has not seen this power.
I know I'm gonna be ready for whatever he brings come fight night.
Keith one-time Thurman is like a dragon in the dungeon, just waiting to be released.
I'm gonna do whatever it takes come fight night to make sure that I'm victorious.
The welterweight division is a different division. February 5th, Mario Barrios will discover that reason.
Introducing Keith one-time.
He's back, right? So it feels like Keith Thurman has put the welterweight division on notice. Former 2-belt champion, he's finally returning to the ring. It's happening on February 5th on Fox Sports PBC pay-per-view. It's against the former super lightweight champion, Mario Barrios, who just seems to be determined to make a statement by doing what he wants to do against Keith Thurman and kind of taking the wheels off the one-time comeback train.
First thing that came to mind when I heard that Keith Thurman was fighting Mario Barrios was, it's about time that one time gets back into this ring. You know what, Keith has, he's been through it all, I think, to this point in his boxing career, so I think that he's learned how to maximize his time off.
Keith Thurman is back after 2 years. He knows how to train, he knows how to fight. This is nothing new to him. He's gonna come to this fight fully loaded and ready for action. I can guarantee you that. Look, all of Keith Thurman's fights are tough. And sometimes you need that rest to rejuvenate yourself and want to get back into the gym and get into action. And that's probably where he's at right now. Even though he's had tough fights, he usually comes out on top. So he's pretty well preserved for his age at this stage of the game.
Keith Thurman's spent a while off of boxing, and certain things that he wants to do may not come immediately, and he's gonna have to work for a few rounds to get it right. Ring rust is definitely a thing that boxers have to deal with. And when you haven't been in the ring for even over a year, you can't be just all of a sudden great in the ring.
The welterweight division is still so exciting. Best fighters in the world at the very top. And I'd love to see Keith Thurman reestablish himself there. Always liked him as a fighter, always excited to see him. You get good quality when he's in the ring, when he's fighting. Good power, a supreme effort. I'd love to see him into that mix with the very top fighters in the world and see if he can become welterweight champion once again.
I think the welterweight division has missed him. He's, for years now, been one of the elite names in the division. He's got one of the best resumes in the division. Obviously, he's had that period of time out with injury and layoff, but I think that now to kind of really figure out whether he does still belong along with those elite names and to figure out how much can he still give the sport, how much can he still give the division, I think it's really exciting.
Introducing Mario El Azteca Barrios. Oh, and this one is over. What a performance by Mario Barrios.
Mario Barrios is stepping in with another hard hitter. He is a very strong fighter, a very confident fighter, and he's got a lot of will and a lot of heart. So no surprise seeing him step up against Keith Thurman. He has his size, his speed, his strength. He's got a great corner. I think he's got all the intangibles to become a world champion, and it's up to him.
Mario Barrios' fight style is he's coming at you. He's not afraid to take a punch, and he's not afraid to give a punch. And he's coming at you, and he wants to hit you with a combination, and there's nothing that's gonna stop him.
We've definitely seen Mario Barrios blow opponents out in seemingly easy fashion before, but I think just as impressive is his resolve when he is faced with adversity. Somehow it feels like he's most dangerous when his back is against the wall, and that kind of makes him lethal for any of the top fighters in the sport. You get the sense that when he sees blood, whether that's his opponent's or whether it's his own, he then seeks to destroy and goes into that mode. So while Keith Thurman was reigning right at the top of the welterweight division, you had Mario Barrios, who was still trying to make a name for himself in a crowded landscape. Once he started getting featured on larger platforms, that it was easy to see that this was a guy who fights at his very best when all eyes are on him.
Keith's fighting style is very conventional, straight up, fights strong, but he's a powerful fighter. He looks bigger than a welterweight. You have kind of an idea of what a welterweight is supposed to look like. Very strong, straight out, I think pleasing to watch. Strong jab, strong right hand, fights straight up the middle coming at you. He's physically strong. I think he's fundamentally sound. And I think he just lands good power shots. He's a guy that, you know, at his peak was a very formidable opponent against anybody in the world.
He's got fast hands, really fast hands. He's really accurate, very accurate. When he throws a punch, you can be assured that the majority of the time it's gonna land. He's got very quick response to what you're gonna do in terms of like counter punching him. He covers all the major points that I like in a fighter. He's athletic, he's accurate, he's agile, he's fast, he's smart, he's got a good defense. He just gets out of the way of punches just by that little fraction of a second that you've got to do it in. It's why he's only lost to one guy, and that was another guy who's got the same attributes, but maybe a couple of more, and that was Manny Pacquiao. So, you know, Keith Thurman is right up there with the top echelon of champions. You know, he's really exceptional.
Keith Thurman is a complete package. He's got skills and he's got swagger. So if you're trying to sell a fight, he's got that personality. He can talk up a fight like nobody else.
Your boy Keith One Time Thurman is back on the rise. I know he likes to quote Bible verses, so I'll let you know he's getting crucified.
In terms of what he can do in the ring, he's a puncher boxer. We've seen that he's got that knockout power that fans are always drawn to, but he's also a smart fighter. He moves well, he thinks well in the ring. I think he's the full deal.
The division is still one of the deepest in boxing and has some of the biggest stars. And I think with Thurman back in that mix, you can only hope that the top fighters will fight each other, that it will be Spence, Crawford, Ugas, Thurman, and that will be the winner's bracket. Any combination of those guys would be big business, would be huge for fans, and would be so exciting to watch.
What's so great about the main event in this one is it's going to give us a real sense of clarity in what is a really stacked division at 147. So if Keith Thurman puts in a great performance and looks really good against Mario Barrios, who we know is a very live opponent, then you're going to know that he's right there in the mix for those fights that he's been calling for. If it goes the other way and Mario Barrios does a job against Keith Thurman, then you know that Mario Barrios is going to get fast-tracked and move through the division and put in some really big fights in potentially just his second fight in the division. So I think it's going to give us a whole different level of clarity.
It's still a deep division. I'd love to see the top guys. I think fans want to see the top guys sorted out.
For all the best boxing content, follow PBC on Fox on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for watching. Well, if you enjoyed that clip, make sure you click somewhere around here and subscribe. From fight highlights to exclusive interviews, we have got everything you need as a boxing fan right here on PBC on Fox.